Everybody's talking about the latest gear in filmmaking, photography, and just general creativity. But I wanted to give you what I use every day to get my work done quickly and efficiently. Let's get into it. The first thing I'm going to show you is my Logitech MX Master 2S mouse. And if I had to sum this thing up in 3 words, it would just be control, speed, and efficiency. I love this thing. It's an older model. Unfortunately, it does not have USB-C yet. Um, the newer models, I believe the next one, the MX3, had USB-C, and they just announced the 4 just a couple of days ago before filming this. So it's older, but I've had it on my desk for years, and I just love some of the features that it includes. It's fully customizable, so whenever I'm working either in Premiere Pro or Lightroom Classic, it changes what I'm doing on it, and the different button combinations can be combined with keyboard shortcuts to really just make my editing even more efficient. It makes it go a lot quicker. And I also love the control wheel, and it's got a lot of buttons. It can be a lot at first, but once you really get to learn it, figure it out, and get it customized to your needs, it's even better. A lot of my short form content and even my second camera that I use in interview setups, or if I just need another shot, comes from the best camera that anybody could ever use, and it's the one you have. The one I have is my phone. This is the iPhone 16 Pro Max, and I upgraded it to have 1 TB of storage because I knew I was going to be using it for filming. That's not required, but it definitely comes in handy. The main app that I use while filming with my phone is the Blackmagic app, and I will show you just a couple of features on it. This is my setup on my phone for when I'm filming, and I have it set up through a focus mode, which is just filming, and that way it comes up, it stops all notifications from coming in. That way, while I am filming, I'm not getting distracted or getting something messed up because I got a text message or a Snapchat or anything. So this is my dashboard. I call it a dashboard. It's just my home screen, but I can get to a lot of places very quickly just from the one home screen. I have my Notion page that I have all of my notes and stuff on. So if I need quick access before a film or in the middle of it, I have access to it right here. Sometimes I'll also record audio using Otter AI. I love the way that it sets up my transcript and time codes, and it can even go even further. And if I have multiple speakers, it'll break that apart in case I ever need to add subtitles to my video in Premiere Pro. So at the top, I've got 3 apps. I've got just my camera app because that can work awesome sometimes. I have the Blackmagic Cam app. That is my one that I use 90% of the time. And I also have Final Cut Camera. I also have some other iPhones, some of the older ones. I think I have two iPhone 15 Pros that we just have from when we upgraded. And I also have the Final Cut Camera app on those, and they can all connect and use in a multicam sequence. So I'm going to open up the Blackmagic Cam. And of course, you can see what I'm looking at. There's my microphone and my dog's mess all the way back there. There I am, waving at you. And I have this set up for vertical or horizontal video. So if I open it up into horizontal mode, I can go in, I can change what lens I'm using, the frames per second that I'm shooting at, my shutter speed. I can even go further and set my ISO, my white balance and tint. One thing I do really like about the Blackmagic Cam app is once you start filming, even if you have it set on auto white balance, it locks it wherever it is at. So that is a great feature. That way that white balance isn't changing throughout your video. In the settings, you can also go in and change your codec, your resolution and color space. Really, you can customize it to whatever your needs are. In your camera, that's where you go in and can enable vertical video, use volume or camera control button to trigger record. That's great if you have an iPhone 16 or greater, because that camera control button works great for some of the features on here. You can set up your audio if you're using an external microphone or if you just want to use the iPhone mic. Then you can also set up some of your monitoring, your color assist, your zebra lines, stuff like that. In the media section, the one thing here that is very important for me, even though I have a 1 terabyte storage on my phone, if you don't have that, you can always plug in an external solid state drive and you can go to Save Clips to, in-app only, in-app, and photo library or files. Once you press the files button, it'll let you go in there and choose a specific location in your files that you want to save to or to your external drive. Like I said, the greatest camera you could ever use is the one you already have. So for someone just starting out in filmmaking or photography, use the phone you have, use the camera you have, and then over time, as you use that, you can grab even more gear. But having an app like Blackmagic Cam, that is just a great app to have. That way you can go in and change some of those settings. You can go ahead and record to an external drive, whatever you need to do. It makes that workflow a lot easier and opens up a lot more options to make your filming or photography more convenient. The last tool I want to show you is definitely more of an organizational tool than changing workflow altogether, but it is a SD card holder. So this is just a cheap one I got off of Amazon. I'll drop the link in this video so you can look at it yourself. But you open it up and it's got slots for your SD cards. So I'm using a couple right now. I've got one plugged into my computer as well as the one in the camera. So I'm using those, but I kind of have a little system in mind. So if you look at it, I've got one on this side and I've got two on that side. And the system that I have is if it is on the left side, if you're looking at it on the left side, those are ready to be formatted. I don't need those cards for anything. And if it's on the right side, it's still got a file that I may need to still drop onto my external drive or use for footage, or if I'm in the middle of a shoot and it might be taking a day or two, but I need to take that SD card out of the camera, I can always label it, put it in here on the right side, and I will have it for use later. But I'll also know, hey, don't go and format this card. It's still being used and it's important. So that's the system that I have set up for this. And like I said, it's more of an organizational thing, but it prevents the SD cards from falling out, getting to the bottom of a bag, and it also keeps them protected. And then once it's in the larger case, it's easier to find. At one point, I even had an AirTag gaff tape to the back of it so I wouldn't lose all of my SD cards. Unfortunately, I lost the AirTag. How ironic. But this is a great tool to have for your bag before any shoot. And even afterwards, it is always on my desk or in my pocket. It's going with me everywhere because you never know when you might need another SD card and you need it protected. Those are the 3 tools that I like to use every single day. If you have another tool that you recommend that you like to use a lot, drop that down in the comments to let me know so I can try it out. While you're there, go ahead and like this video and also subscribe to my channel for more content.